Hello everyone, I am Malacio. Welcome back to my channel. It is always that one lock. Anyway, if you want to know the story why this is so short, ask me and I'll let y'all know. But yes, so for today's video, because you might see me looking down, iPad again, feeling sexy without performing. Okay, I feel like I have a little bit of a different perspective about this overall because I was always the tomboy feeling vibe. Think of like Tiana Taylor, Sierra at the beginning of her career type vibe. Like I was very tomboyish and very much into sports and all the things. So I wasn't even worried about it, but I feel like having some type of power, and I do feel like I have more of a different perspective overall because being in sports means you're surrounded by other girls a lot of the times, and a lot of the nuances of wanting to be wanted or seen as sexy or attractive by boys, like it was a thing that happened. Like it all happens in your adolescence and stuff like that. But for me, it wasn't that serious because I always had something else going on, even with like grades and like all the other stuff. Girl, I was dancing, like I was one of those people who I had a calendar, okay, of things that I was doing at all times. I was always busy, okay, always busy, doing everything and being the best. If you're not first, you're last, okay? Ricky Bobby in my household, listen. So yeah, so I do have a different perspective overall, just to let you guys know that I feel like it does hold weight when the typical adolescent story, I feel like, is a premise that I need to put out there. Hey, my lifestyle growing up might have been a little bit different, so my takes are going to be different, and I do feel like I am coming from a different angle and a different nuances when it comes to femininity in general, which is going to make this whole entire series not typical, just to let you guys know. So yeah, we're gonna hop in. Please like and subscribe, and feel free to visit my website for all other information about me. I have a storefront of everything that I have with me with my travels. Link is in the description. For the first section of this video, I'm going to be talking about sexy as self-assured, but not necessarily exposure, okay? So for me, I feel like I am sexy when I feel connected to my body, when I feel strong. Like I feel like after a yoga session, after I ran, I feel mentally, spiritually, emotionally more in tune with my body. And I feel like sometimes, especially when I was going through my bouts of depression, I did feel, because I wasn't moving at all or doing anything to that nature, I came across where I felt disconnected in my body, and I almost felt like I was a prisoner in my body. You know how you don't do anything for a while, and let's just say some people jump off a half of a step and their knees lock, and it takes them completely by surprise. But to a certain extent, you don't know the limitations of your body because you haven't been using your body. You're not in tune with your body. When you work with your body, you're moving your body, you know the limitations of your body. Things ain't gonna necessarily take you by surprise. You know what I'm saying? There's nuances between, oh, this, that, and the other, injuries and stuff like that. Let's not derail the conversation, please. Okay? I don't like that. But anyway, bringing it back. But yes, self-assurance. And I feel like for me personally, that being connected with yourself, because sexy is a feeling. We're talking about inside out. What are you feeling about yourself? Like also spiritually, is creativity. Sexuality is your love, your creativity, your nuances, how you perceive yourself? Do you look in the mirror and look at yourself in your entirety and be like, you're beautiful? And if you don't feel that way, you are going to look into the mirror and you are going to keep on looking at yourself, even if you cry, even if you're about to have it. Do not leave until you face yourself. And I'm talking about strip down everything, because you're here for a reason. And you discrediting yourself, I personally don't believe that is you. That's you talking. You're regurgitating what something, somebody else, groups, organizations, whatever, has been telling you. And let's be honest, if you want to take it like scientifically, with evolution and all of the things, if you weren't meant to be here, you would not be here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And also, if people go out their way to say something or always got something negative to say about you, just in general, that's a personal problem. Because were you worried about them? No. All right? So look at yourself, hype yourself up, love yourself, and let that energy pour out, because it's natural. It's natural to feel a sexual energy, to feel a nuance, to feel this creativity, to feel this bustling coming from yourself. It's completely normal. You, girl, love it. There's nothing wrong with it. You exist. And I know you should honor yourself in your existence every day. Because if you don't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love anybody else? I need to start watching that again. I stopped watching. Anyway, go to the next section. So the second part of this video, cultural conditioning around desirability. And I will also put in the nuances of exposure. I'm from down south, Metro Atlanta. Born and raised, all me, my family, all of us, we come from there. So even growing up, I have not really been seen as, I have an athletic body type. It's one thing to be born with an athletic body type, but then I was also doing athletics. So I just be like, a tan line. I've been working on it. But anyway, so you know that it's all of the things. I lost track of my thoughts, but yes, I'm bringing it back. Okay, yes, cultural conditioning. And being like voluptuous body, breasts, hips, thighs. And it's, girl, I don't give that. And I never gave that. So in my head, I'm like, it's not for me. Were there nobody talking to me? No, that's not even the case at all. But I was always in that mental part of, I am not going to be wanted necessarily sexually by people. And then again, like on the flip side, I did not want to be wanted sexually. And this is like me being younger and even growing up, because you feel like I don't want to be giving you any ideas, and then you develop into, I gotta control my body or my existence or how other people perceive me, aka men perceive me, out of respectability politics, or even down to assault, essentially. We'll be honest. So learning all these things and all these nuances, because at the end of the day, you still have to be careful. You still have to understand the world that we live in, period. And like I said, I'm telling you, like, my experiences, like, I felt a little bit more grateful, and then also more of an athletic build. I've also been physically, throughout my entire life for the most part, more physically stronger, more physically intimidating per se to men. So I do get it, but it's not as bad as I've seen with other women. So understanding your cultural conditioning and stuff like that around desirability, for me, especially being in the military, it was a safety thing, girl. Safety. No, I don't have the biggest ass in the world. No, I'm not dragging a wagon. My titties aren't doing this, that, and the other. I'm not, because somebody wants you. Some people, men, think that they have access to you. They automatically have access to you because they want you or they find you attractive. So yeah, for me, I find, like I said in the video before, I like my peace. I like my peace. Don't come into my space interrupting me. Don't come to my space just wanting something from me. I can smell it from a mile away. A mile away, okay? And that's just across the board. But yeah, those are things that, especially like my dad bringing me up and stuff like that, he did not hold anything back. He told me everything. So even having him, he wanted me to be like physically strong, mentally strong. So when I do go out into the world, I can protect myself. There's nuances even between that and stuff like that. Yeah, you're not supposed to want to and blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't have to and blah, blah, blah. But I like to deal with the reality. We can have another session to talk about what we want to talk about as far as what we want. But unless you're in your house, and sometimes not even then, because they be crazy. Anyway, yes, everybody gets these cultural norms of desirability and things of that nature. And I'm just saying, as far as the little girl to the grown woman that sort of grew outside of that. Like, I always knew that I was beautiful. Look at me. I always knew, but that being desired sexually, because it goes back to even my first video. Are you like, oh, cute? Are you being perceived as like cool and edgy? Are you being perceived as sexy? What type of sexy are you being perceived as? It's going to be how people are going to, it's going to affect how people are going to treat you within your culture, but then also outside of your culture. So that's just the nuances of everything. And that's why it's so important to build this relationship with yourself and this understanding of yourself. And even with the analysis, the color and style analysis, to actually know what people will see you as, it also helps. And I do believe in seeing the silver lining. I'm not saying be toxic positive, but being able to see the silver lining in things, because sometimes that lesson or that little niche of what you need is right there for you to grow, for you to get that aha moment, something for your breakthrough. Sometimes it's in the silver lining. That's all I'm saying. So aging and erotic power. Now, I feel I did talk about being younger, adolescents, growing up and things of that nature. But me, as a 34-year-old woman, I am feeling like, first off, when I was in Japan, girl, my hormones were jumping out of my body. Like, it was a full moon, and I did have some ill, but I swear my was like, woo, like I was feral. Like those damn cats, they just be like, wah, like that. I never felt anything like that in my life, and it was going for a couple of weeks. My body was like, I need it, and I was like, no, I'm going home. Like the little girl, she's, I'm going home. That's that was me, because I'm like, I do not know what is happening. I don't know why I am feeling these feels. And that's why I feel like it's important for women to be like, hey, girl that might be 15, 10, 5 years younger than me, this is what's coming. This is what's coming for you. So you better mentally prepare yourself. Because it was so bad that I started, one time it was so bad, a few times, it was so bad that I literally had to put my hand up against the wall and put my hand on the hip, and I was like, like I started to buzz out into a sweat. That's how much in heat I was. I was so fair. I was just like, listen, girl, listen. My body was like, it was jumping out of itself, okay? How dare you have a vagina and you don't use it, right? My body was bodying. I'm so giddy right now. Anywho, yes. With that energy, right? Pulling that energy back in, pulling that energy into myself, I am getting to, I am still getting there, but it's a process. I felt the energy, I felt the sexual energy, I feel the creativity, and also with age, it comes this just overall understanding of yourself. Even for me to be like, whoa, what is this? What is happening? And being able to handle it and deal with it and just be like, okay, what is this? Because some people just not intuition, but instinct, just go. Whatever my body is feeling me, my body's going to tell me what to do. No. You're not an animal, okay? You should be able to govern yourself. And this is for everybody. You should be able to govern yourself, okay? Because you don't like it when somebody try to police you and govern you and tell you what to do, but you don't want to govern yourself because you don't want to deal with the responsibility of governing yourself. But I digress. But yes, that age, that centering myself, that being with myself, because I slow travel, I'm by myself majority of the time, and fully being like, I gotta turn this energy into something else. I gotta turn this energy into something else. And this is also where alchemy comes into play, and you're transmuting and transforming something that your body is giving you, your energy is putting out to you, and you're transferring it into something else. So even with that, I became comfortable with actually being in front of the camera and being like, I have this energy and I'm okay with being seen. I'm okay with being perceived. There's a lot of things that happened and that changed me internally in Japan. But I can make a video about it later, but I digress. But that aging factor and how comfortable I was in continuing to be, and even more, I am not just being comfortable and being okay in my body, but I am finding this very stable power in my own existence. And that's where you get like that peace, that calmness, that centeredness, that also you automatically have boundaries and things of that nature. All this stuff coincides with each other once you are stable within yourself. So there's a lot of nuances that come with it, but there's also things that come with age. There's things that come with experience, because not everybody of age has experience. Some people just keep on doing the same thing. I digress. But yes, I do a lot of digressing. You see why I have this, right? But yes, I feel like having that energy and just that stillness and that power to even sometimes not even say anything. You just observe and you move with grace. You're easily getting yourself out of there. You're not trying to make people do things. And when I say that, I will use myself for example. I used to always, when someone complained about something and I knew the answer, or I found the answer, or I knew the solution, be like, oh no, you, honey, do this, blah, 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 they got this and this. Oh no, girl, do this, they got this and this. And then get mad and frustrated because I didn't do for myself. And then when somebody else didn't do or take advantage of the stuff that I gave them, I only got even more mad at myself, okay? So that power that you have, that creativity that you have, you pull it back in and you pour it back into yourself, because all that potential you wasted on yourself, not on yourself, that you wasted, that you could have put in yourself. Once again, we're going back to being self-governed. If you know better, do better. And I can say that I was a person that did that all the time. And being able to sit in that power, because erotic power is more than just like physical sex. It's that overall energy that turns it into erotic power. So that's just something to think about. It's up to you how you handle that energy. It's up to you how you alchemize it. It's up to you. It's your world. It's your world.